the application of this.
Well, let's take a few theoretical examples really quickly, and let me ask each of you whether this amounts to terrorism. If Colonel Gaddafi were to send a hit squad of assassins to assassinate President Reagan, would that be terrorism?
Absolutely.
Mr. Buckley?
Well, it would be an act of war.
Well, would it be terrorism in
I don't think so, no.
particular sense we're talking about?
No, I think it would be an act of war.
Mr. Ducalaria, would that
no,
be terrorism?
No, this is terrorism, obviously.
Yes. In your book, Mr. Netanyahu, you clearly say, for example, the attempt to assassinate Aldo Moro, that was terrorism. Well, now, if President Reagan were to send assassins, say, from the CIA, this is currently against the law, and many people say this is a very foolish law. Suppose that law were repealed, and we could send assassins from the CIA to attempt to assassinate Colonel Gaddafi. Would that, in your opinion, be terrorism?
The question of assassination.
Well, sure, it would be terrorism.
The question of assassination is related to, but not identical to, terrorism. Terrorism is usually preceded by assassination, but usually it doesn't end there. In the case,
not according. You're talking about the innocents. Terrorism is the deliberate and systematic murder, maiming, and of the innocent.
Precisely.
Gaddafi is not innocent.
Precisely.
Well, you see,
so why do you say it would be an act of terrorism?
Well,
see, there's a problem with that word. That word "innocent" is where the question of ends reintroduces itself.
No, not quite, Michael. Not quite.
Or at least, I mean, I think this is the trap you're falling into. When you start saying, well, Colonel Gaddafi is innocent, but President Reagan, or excuse me, Colonel Gaddafi isn't innocent, but President Reagan is innocent. Therefore, it's okay to send hit squads to get Gaddafi, and not terrorism to send hits.
My favorite Latin motto is "Quod licet Jovi, non licet bovi." That which is permitted to Jove to do is not permitted to a cow.
So you reject the
totally
attempt.
Because we have rights vis-a-vis Gaddafi that he doesn't have vis-a-vis us because he's an aggressor and we're not.
So you reject the whole thrust of the conference which Mr. Netanyahu ran, which was to define terrorism in a way where the goal, the end, was not at issue. That there are certain things, certain modes of behavior you do not engage in, no matter what you're trying to achieve.
I think Mr. Netanyahu makes it awfully clear, or somebody does in this book, that when you set out for what we call a surgical strike,